my live video. I'm just going to sort out the microphone here, get my little settings sorted. Okay, I think that's better. Yep, great. Hi there everyone. Do let me know when you have joined the video today. Hi there. Hello there, Tisha and Yenid. Lovely to have you with us. Do let me know where you're tuning in from today. I would love to hear where in the world you are. And hi Jess, hello there. Oh, thank you Jess. I have got my summer dress on today. It's absolutely boiling here. Well, for a Scottish person anyway. It's very humid and warm. I'm not really complaining, but to be fair, I'm rather hot. So I'm sorry if I seem a little bit flushed during this video. Hi there Lisa, you've come from, you're our tester, aren't you? Thank you for joining the video. Do chime in with any thoughts you have during the video. Hello everybody, lovely to have you with us. Hi Hallie or Haley from Germany, and Elizabeth. Ciao. Hi there Rachel and Michelle, lovely to have you all here, and Kitty, hey Kitty, and Mette from Denmark, and Natalie, our other tester, our Puffins tester, thank you for joining, and Eva from Slovakia, and Sarah saying she's looking forward to these new releases. Mahela, hello. Oh, and Lisa, you're currently wrapping koi carp in the Bahamas. Wow, amazing. That's so cool. I hope you're having a great holiday. Hi, Stephanie. Who did I miss? Holly and Cecilia. First ever live for you. Welcome, Cecilia. Do let me know if you've got any questions at all during the video, if you want to see anything different, or if you've got questions, we will try to help you. We have Haley says I'm going to have to double recover from the Denali pre-order. Jessica, oh, sneaking in at work. Well, thank you for giving us your time. Hi there, Sarah. Oh, lovely to have you all here. So we have Holly and Louise in the back end. So they are behind the scenes as well, and they'll be able to help you with any questions too that I'm not able to get onto. We will have our usual treasure totes going live. We also have our free scrap pack promotion going on at the moment. So that's exciting. So that's free scrap pack, and you'll get a free itty bitty if you buy a large or a small scrap pack. We're launching Middle Earth ink scrap packs this week. So if you are looking to do some crafting just with Middle Earth ink, then you should definitely check that listing out, and they will be continually topped up whenever we have new Middle Earth ink coming your way. So this week we have got loads to cover. We've got our brand new Jade warp, which is a reweave. So I'm just going to kick off with these just after I've announced the winners of our Jot purchases this week. So the Marina Seabed, that's going to Tegan Gillings. The mainline treasure tote is Grace Blackham, and the Middle Earth treasure tote is Karine Berzagi Gerard, I think. So Holly will also pop these into the chat. So if you see your name there, you can contact us for your invoice for those items. So welcome to everybody else who has joined me as I was running through our introduction today. As I say, we've got a jam-packed live Secret Stash Happy Hour. We've got our new Jade releases, a new Puffins release, which some of you guessed a couple of weeks ago that was coming along. And we also have the grad for the new pre-order, the Sea Glass semi-custom pre-order, so I'll be able to show you that as well. Thank you, Louise, saying happy summer indeed. Thank you. We're having a lovely summer here in Scotland. We're all quite shocked that we're getting so much use out of our summer wardrobe. So to kick us off, we have this amazing reweave of our Jade warp. This is one of my favourite warps actually, but we have rewoven it a couple of times in the past, and this time we've chosen to do it with a cottolin warp. So instead of our usual 100% organic comb cotton warp, we've gone for a blended cotton and linen warp. So this means you're going to get more linen, or you're going to have linen in a percentage of all of these releases as well. And that is going to add strength, breathability, and lovely summer wrapping or warmer weather wrapping qualities. In the Koi Carp, we have a beautiful summery weft grad in this amazing kind of rich orangey gold tone into a kind of sunshine yellow and then back into the gold again. So it almost makes it look like a kind of beautiful sunset on the Koi pond. Now this is, yes Jess, you're saying, oh, it's a cottolin warp. It is a cottolin warp, yes, so it's something a little bit different for this release of the Jade items. Now, as I was saying, the cotton, this is a cotton weft grad, so the full blend of this one is 48% organic combed cotton, 36% cotton, and 16% linen. So you've got the BCI organic combed cotton weft and the cottolin warp. And it's 262 GSM, which is going to make it a really lovely kind of medium weight sling, but it does feel quite light and cooling and airy. So I would say that this one is going to be a great kind of all-rounder, so you could use it with little babes all the way up to toddlerhood. It feels nice and thin in hand, but it has that like kind of little bit of cushiness from the cotton, you know, that you do get from cotton. Okay, so oh, that was what I was going to say. I felt like my train of thought got distracted for a second there. So I don't know if you will be aware, but often when we release a koi release, it's often a hybrid. So we're picking out different colours in the fish and the lilies. So this time what we've done is we've just gone for the 2 colour, although you've got 3 colours because of the grad. So it's not a hybrid, this one. And for that reason, it will be a little bit more, it won't be as dear as the hybrid koi releases that we have perhaps done in the past or done recently. And that is because it's a more simple weaving technique and it uses slightly less yarn. So this could be a nice opportunity for you to go for a koi design without the usual price point. So it is £156 for a size 6 for this one, and we will have our made to order items, and we'll also have our ready-made ring slings and ready-made wraps as well. But you can, I don't believe it's super limited. You just never know with Oscha, do you? So yes, you should definitely check out the made to order if you're looking perhaps for a gorgeous Keris with those tails and things as well. So that is Koi Carp on our lovely Jade cottolin warp. Now let me just check if there's any questions here. Let's see. Yes, Abby says, how would it be for neckwear? I personally think it would be really good for neckwear because it's quite lightweight and it's got a little bit of drape to it. You know, it's not kind of particularly stiff. So yeah, I think it could be nice for neckwear. Lisa says, I feel like a goddess wearing this. So Lisa was our lovely tester, and her review, so she reviewed the Koi Carp with her 7-month-old, and she also tried it out with her 3-year-old as well. And she said that she's in love with this colourway. The Koi Carp was soft and floppy right from the package and was even more pliable after a wash. She says, I imagine this wrap will soften up and break in like a dream. So it will need a little bit of breaking in, but to be honest, I do feel that it's quite kind of glidey and easy to tie anyway. But with all, particularly with linen and hemp, you are going to want to break it in a little bit and it will become more floppy and malleable. She says, just like linen clothing, it does have a tendency to crease a little bit, but irons out beautifully. So yes, I think because it's got a fairly high cotton content, it doesn't wrinkle too much. She says the blend makes for an excellent summertime wrap, and she said it's medium thin in hand and has some structure. It has more grip than glides, but virtually no bites, so it stays right in place when you tie it, and there's no need to retighten a carry even after walking several miles. So thank you so much for your review, Lisa. It's been great to read through your thoughts. And she says, but I can attest to its amazing performance in hot, humid weather. It's breaking in well. That's great. So lots of love for this and the Jade Warp too. Perfect. I'll just pop back down to the bottom of the comments. And let me see if there's anything here. Oh. Okay. Lovely. So Jess says, I'm curious to hear how the warp feels in hand. Is it rough or softer? So I personally think it's soft. Like, it doesn't feel rough at all, and it doesn't feel like a sort of high percentage linen. It feels quite thin and quite floppy already, so I wouldn't say it was rough. It's quite well sort of broken in already, I suppose. So yeah, that's what I would say about that one. Kat says it's going to be a beautiful infinity loop. And Kelly says, jumping in and out of work. Oh, perfect. Kelly's our tester for our Argonath release that is coming up. Yes, Crystal, there will be ring slings for this koi, and it is suitable for toddlers. So I believe that the ring sling will be suitable for toddlers as well. You're going to be able to benefit from that breathability, but the linen adds an extra amount of strength as well. So I think it will be a good one for toddlers too. Yes, MC, there will be a made to order for this one. And oh, Louise says the Argonath made to order is on the site already. Is that a mistake? I hope my order won't be cancelled. I think it is a mistake, but I think it's unlikely that we would cancel that order, Louise. But I'm just reading that comment out so that Louise at our end can check that out for you. Perfect. Claudine says, does cottolin warp mean it was medium weight linen blended with cotton? That's a good question. I don't know the exact, so I know that it's blended cotton and linen, but I don't know the weight of the linen. I'm not sure if it's like a thinner or a medium or a heavier weight, but I can check in with our designers to see what they don't know about that. And yes, Jess, it does look drapey. I'll hold it up and do a little bit of a drape visual after taking it off. Perfect. Now I will say that I just had a warning on my phone to say that the battery's a little bit low. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get to the end of the video, but if not, I will join from another phone, and we'll plug the phone in if there's a problem there. That's taken me by surprise, so sorry everyone if that happens. Do come back and join me. We'll put the link in the clan if this does go out, but I'm hoping we are able to continue our video all the way to the end. Rebecca says, oh gosh, that this one is a stunner. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit of how it looks on its now bearing in mind it hasn't been broken in this one. So that's me taking it off, and I'll just show a little kind of, actually I'll use the other end without the label so that we can see the sort of drapeability feeling of it. So yes, if you're looking for neckwear or looking to see how soft it is, you can see that's kind of, you know, it's not a particularly heavy, thick wrap. It is going to be a really lovely kind of medium weight, so it's 262 GSM for that one. Lovely. Okay, so that brings me on to the Argonath gates. So this is our Middle Earth release on the new Jade release, or the new Jade warp. So again, a cottolin warp, and this time we have got a lovely ecru hemp in the weft. So this is going to be your true lightweight summer sling. So it's only 236 GSM, which is really quite lightweight, but the strength of the hem combined with the cotton and linen warp makes for a really lovely, strong and versatile wrap, which Kelly definitely mentioned. And she said that she was really quite surprised actually at how the GSM felt when she was carrying it with her wee ones. So she has a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. So both, her testing out this wrap, she was using it with 2 fairly, I guess, heavy passengers. So it's quite a good, I put it through the test, I guess, to see if you are looking for something that's lightweight, breathable and good for hemp. It is lightweight and breathable, then the hemp blend might be your friend for this one. Now, I think I'm going to maybe try a tie at the shoulder, because this is a size 4. But I'm just going to get myself organised so I've got some nice pattern placement too. When I did this earlier, I slightly misjudged and I ended up having one really short tail and one really long tail, which wasn't ideal. Okay, so you can see already that it's fairly stiff to begin with. It's lightweight fabric, but you can see it sits on its own almost, and that's typical of hemp that hasn't been broken in yet. So once that hemp has been broken in, it will be much smoother, it will feel kind of buttery soft, and it will glide into place a lot easier. And it isn't a particularly thick hemp blend, so it's not going to be difficult to work, and it's not going to be difficult to break in either. But you are just going to want to not take it at face value, if you like. You're going to want to give it that little bit more love and attention before getting the best out of the feel. So the total blend of this one then is 42% hemp, 40% cotton and 18% linen. Yeah, so I'll just get that bundled together. All right. So again, when you're carrying in the heat and in the warm weather, you can also think a little bit about the carry that you're doing. So you could do this carry, which is the front cross carry tied at shoulder with a slip knot. And that way you're not going to have extra layers over your back, so it feels cooler and more airy, as well as being an airy and cooling fabric. Now hemp and linen are both moisture with wicking, so you're going to get the benefit of those natural yarns, and they're also breathable. So I think that's one of the most important things really. And you'll find that Oscha wraps are all fairly breathable because we don't use any synthetic fibres at all. So I would say that they are good, you're not going to feel kind of really hot and sweaty, but of course depending on the GSM and the blend that you go for, you might feel a little bit more warmth than others. Right, let me just get this tied up, and then I shall answer your questions as well. So I'm just tightening this into place. Now you can see one of the statues there, Isildur and Anarion, who stand tall over the river Anduin on this in this design, and they are protecting Gondor in behind. So I'm going to attempt my slip knot with everyone watching, which is, I don't know why I put myself through this nearly every few weeks. Okay. So I'll also tell you a little bit about what Kelly said for the review. So she said that it feels thin in hand, but it glides really nicely into place, and it's absolutely awesome with my not so little guys. So she says that the GSM worried me, but wrapping instantly threw any worries right out the window. And it has 0 dip in it. So she said that after washing and tumble drying, it starts to break in with the bare minimum effort. It's already much less scratchy and doesn't have any noticeable wrinkles post wearing. So I am feeling like a little bit of, I'm not feeling a kind of hempy scratchiness, Of course, there's a little bit of slightly rough texture, but that's just typical of hemp, and it will completely go away once that is broken in. So definitely don't give up on your hemp wrap until you have broken broken it in. And there are YouTube tutorials on our YouTube for how to break in your hemp wrap as well. But you can see how easily I tied this. It did glide into place well, and it will only get better with time. Okay. Now, so yeah, she also says that it glides into place well while still having enough grip that it didn't have any issues with the wrap slipping out of place. And she says that she thinks that Argonath gates would be fantastic all-rounders, an all-rounder for little and big kids alike. So let me see if I can answer any of your questions. Let's see, I'll just pop back up to the top so that I don't miss anything. Let's see. Just going to put it out there for anyone listening in the Oscha office. If anyone has a charger that they can bring in and help to rig me up, that would be super helpful. I do have a charger on my desk, but it doesn't have the plug adapter. Now, let me see if I can get to the top of these lovely questions that you have for me. Jess says that Argonath is so gorgeous, and Kimberly says it's so beautiful, I wish I could get them all. Lots of lovely, smiley, happy faces. Louise says this one's so pretty, and Sarah says it's so beautiful. So Jenny is asking, will there be any more Middle Earth jade warps or wraps? Do you know what? I don't think there are. I was thinking about this earlier. I think, could be wrong, but I don't think there are. There's a couple more main lines to come, but I don't think there's any more. I hope I'm not wrong with that, but I don't think so. Jess says, I wish I could pair with him, and Kimberly says, this is great for toddlers, and Jessica says, I have some oldies with cottolin and they're amazing, now I want this too. So that's great, yeah. Nicole says, if I have Argonath helm, do we think the top rail here is too similar? Remember what that one is that a pre-order one? Cecilia says, oh, it's so beautiful. Sarah says, this one's so tempting. And Kimberly says, I love how the top rail looks like jeans. Yeah, it would look. I love this grab because it can feel quite formal and fresh and summery. You can wear it, but you can wear it with almost anything. Oh, that's good, Erin. You think there's comparison for the Argonath helm? Oh, Linda, you got your first treasure tote. Congrats. Claudine says, Extra on the jade warp looks too gorgeous. And so Michaela says, are there treasure tote bags being announced somewhere else first time here? So they should be, and when they're released, they should be announced here on the chatter. Hollywood should be announcing them. Jess says, I'm so conflicted whether to go for Argonath or not. Sybil says, sorry if this has been answered before. Here to ask how many other releases will be on this warp. I think there's 2 off the top of my head. So Jess says it's super insulating for me and hot and humid in Florida. Okay, so you're finding the hemp can be a little bit too warm potentially for where you are. Kelly says it is so thin. It would be the fastest hemp wrap you have ever had to break in, and the texture gets better with each use. Perfect. So some of you are preferring linen for humid weather. So Tina says, does it work with single layer carries for toddlers? So I think that generally the feedback from Kelly was that it did work for her and her toddlers, but I think she was using it in like a double layer carry, and even some, I think one of her carries was even like a triple layer. So it might be something that you could think, that you could explore with that in mind. But you know, for a back carry or something, it's still, you're not going to be kind of, you're not going to have too much fabric covering you all. So just let me know if you can't hear me properly, and I will sort that out. Lovely. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look. This is so pretty. Can we get scarves on the Jade warp? So you can order, we don't, do we have scarves coming on the Jade? I think we do. Yeah, I think we've got some scarves coming on the Jade warp. So yeah, there's your answer, Stephanie. The top rail is a dark green. It's like a dark teal, more like a kind of tealy, but I would probably describe it as like a dark teal colour rather than as green. Okay. Oh, Jeannie would love to see what Lauren or Galadriel in this one. So the delivery time for made to order, I think, is 4 weeks maximum from when it closes. And just because the eyeless colour is so lovely. You can watch the video later, Sarah, if you're heading out, don't worry. So there's some discussions around hemp versus linen for hot and humid climates. Kelly is saying we tested this in 90 Fahrenheit with Ohio humidity and it did well. But I also understand that hemp is definitely not for everyone. It is a really lovely linen blend though. Yes, Sarah Jane, there will be a few more releases on this wrap, and I think some scarf fabric too. Sarah says scarves too, Christmas in July. Lots of love for this one. Okay, fabulous. Alright, and I think we've got our battery situation sorted, but like I say, if I do disappear, we will pop a link into Oscha when I return if there's a problem. So that is Argonath dates, and these will have just gone live now, so I unfortunately haven't had time to show you the puffins before they've gone live. So I will pop them on just now and tell you all about the puffins too. Right, okay, so Puffins Hirta. This beautiful new Puffins release on our classic deep sea warp. I hope you're all being able to see me okay. My screen's a little bit duller here, but I think it might just be the low colour mode. So this is Puffins Hirta, which is our latest release on our deep sea classic warp. So that goes from a lovely deep teal up through into a lighter blue and up and into a lovely rich navy at the top. Now it's similar to the koi. We've woven this in a single colour lift. So we've gone for beautiful white lift instead of a bit of a hybrid, which we quite often do with the puffin design. So that should keep the price point a little bit lower, which will be welcome news to some of you who are been looking for a puffin. Now this lovely Scottish seabird design, I think this is a lovely colourway for it. It just makes me think of the beautiful Scottish seawater and where you can find the puffins. And I went on a puffins tour earlier this year in the spring and got to see puffins in real life. So that was really cool. I should put up some pictures actually in the clan for you to see that, because it was really fun seeing those. Although they weren't actually off the coast of Scotland, they were off the coast of England. But we do have puffins here too. And where we live or where we're based here in Scotland, you only have to drive an hour and then you're in England. Okay, so the Puffins Hirta has been woven with ecru cotton weft. So that is what adds this lovely, lovely texture to the wrapping qualities and the look of this sling. So the boucle yarn is like a little kind of looped yarn that, like a little loops that come out from the main core yarn. So hold that up nice and close for you to see. And it does add a little bit of push, but it's still fairly airy. So it's airier than your cotton chenille. So it's comfortable to wear, and it adds a little bit of texture in the look and feel of it as well. So I will just pop this one on and give you a little bit more information about it too. Just going to bring my notes so that I've got everything here. Yes, so it's 70% EC organic from cotton and 30% cotton boucle. Okay, this one is 289 GSM. So it would be a medium weight sling, and it's really going to be a great all-rounder, this one. So you could use it with newborns all the way up to toddlerhood, and for heavier toddlers and for longer periods of time you want to perhaps do double layer carry in it. But if you are looking for one wrap from newborn to toddlerhood, then I would definitely recommend this one. So it's easy to tie, it has a wee bit of added push on the shoulder, and it's got that lovely texture from the boucle yarn, but it's still airy enough for the summer months too, and little babies. So our lovely tester Natalie tried this one out with her 21-month-old, and I think she even got her 5-year-old into it as well. And she said that she started to feel how this will soften incredibly well, like a comfy plush but thin in hand. And she said what she most loved about it is how strong and soft it felt at the same time. And that the boucle adds a lot of strength without the rigidity. So I thought that was a really lovely review of this one as well. So I'll just try that on, and we do have ready-made bairns in this one, as well as the made-to-order, although I believe the made-to-order fabric is not a huge amount, so if you are looking for a keyless or something, then I would definitely recommend going for one sooner rather than later. There's lots of discussions here I can see about the lovely puffins, and I'll just hold up the bairn too so that you can see it as well. So that's how your bairn cowl will look. I've stitched that one in at the bottom here already, and that's the strap as well on the bairn. So yeah, you can always go for a lovely puffin bairn too. Okay, let me have a look at the questions on this one. Let's see. Amanda says it's so beautiful. And Kimberly's saying, yeah, this is not a hybrid, right? Exactly, it is not a hybrid. So it's probably a little bit lighter, although some of our hybrids are a little bit lighter as well. Kimberly agrees that it's a really good warp for puffins. Lovely, let's see. Noah's saying I sound very muffled now. Is that still the case? Haley says, no self-control, bought Puffins Alia bag, Nook Evolve, and a rat throw. Someone take my electronics. Oh, they are going to be amazing. And Jessica says, Puffins, add to cart. And Evangeline says, are infinity loops half the rat width or the full width? So they are the full width. So you'll get the full grad in your infinity loop. Yeah. Let's see, Jessica's saying, I feel like I need to go back and get a throw as well. Oh, you've seen the pressing option, so you're actually looking for a pressing option, perfect. So that's half the wrap width, so you can choose the top or bottom, like the light blue or the dark blue. Tana says, I love these puffins in these colours. Sarah says, did you say it's similar to cotton chenille? So I wouldn't say it's that similar to cotton chenille. So your cotton chenille has, it's got like a, through the core, it's got like little kind of, almost like capillaries coming out from it, and like a little caterpillar, whereas this one's slightly more loopy. So I'd say that the boucle is a little bit flatter in its kind of feel. It's a little bit more airy and generally a little bit thinner. The cotton chenille is more kind of fluffy and like feels a bit more like velvet. But both will give you a little bit extra push. The cotton chenille particularly will give you more push than this one. What this does is add a little tiny bit of push over 100% cotton, for example. Let's see. Oh, nothing's having a problem paying with MasterCard. Okay, we'll look into that. Maybe you could send us some screen grabs of that one. This one's also beautiful. I love the blue. Oh, Amanda, you got your size 6. That's great. Oh, it's fun and fuzzy sounding. Sorry, it's because I've basically gotten. Wonder if I can try something here. Is that better or worse? I'm sorry, everyone. It's because I plugged in my phone to a battery pack so that we can last the video. Rat throws for this one the same where it is the warp twice. Yes, it will be. It won't be like mirrored. So you would have like your light, you would have your light colour and then your dark colour to your light colour, and then it would start again dark to light. Ooh, what did you go for, Claudine? Okay, sorry everyone about the buzzing sound. Maybe I'll take this out again since it's had a little bit of time. Let's see if it gives us any more warnings. Let's see if this is better. I have to take my microphone out to plug the battery in. Next video I will charge my phone throughout the day so we don't have this problem. Let me know if that's better. Okay. Oh, Hazel, you've got one as well. Oh, Curry. Oh, amazing. That is going to be gorgeous. Wow. Wow, wow. You'll have to share photos. Nathan's third time was a charm. Oh, great. You've ordered a koi for yourself and also Puffins co-order for a friend. Lovely. Okay. And it sounds like... I'm wondering if... Okay, so Manon says that it's much better for the sound now. Okay, so hopefully that's better now. I've got a microphone back on. Sorry everyone for that technical glitch. I'm just glad we have continued to be able to stay with the video. Up next we're looking at the pre-order colours and we'll have some sneak peeks as well. Okay. Right, perfect. I'm glad you can hear me for the next part. So I'm just going to get the warp for the lovely sea glass. Okay, so I personally love this grad and I kind of feel like it's been a long time coming, and I'm sure the admins of this grad will, and this group will know what I mean, because The Sea Glass pre-order, Sea Glass group have been around for quite some time now, and you have had wonderful results in our various polls for full customs, but just never quite topped it. And we decided, do you know what, we really want to release some beautiful fresh pastels next spring. Let's go with this warp. So this is the beautiful sea glass. Now, because of the kind of pale nature or kind of almost like subtle nature of the colours, it might not be showing up exactly the way it will. So you can have a little look at this warp as well as the mock-ups, and hopefully you will get a good idea of what it's going to look like. So the top, just for reference, is antique white. Then we've got pearls. This is the mother of pearl pre-order. Just those colours just depict that perfectly, don't they? Then we've got parfait pink, then orchard bouquet, then placid blue, then bachelor button, I believe, and then pool blue at the bottom. Now this collection has just been finalised, I believe, and if they haven't announced the final collection already, they will be doing very soon. If you love the colour of this fresh pastel warp, this mother of pearl warp, you must join the Sea Glass pre-order to get involved, and it will be going live next Wednesday, I believe. Yes, at 4:30, I think. Lots of love for this pastel. Claudine says perfectly pastel. So I have the wefts here as well. So we have got a hybrid in these colours. So we've got, imagine the dark blue and the lighter blue hybrid. And that is, so that's a Patriot Blue and Ceramic. And it's a sea cell cotton weft, and that is for shoal. It's for the shoal. So obviously, many of these ones are the lovely sea-themed patterns. And then we have the ecru chenille. So we've got the ecru chenille here. So for the top rail, you will see that coming through, but it's going to be one of those things where the texture is going to help it. So you're going to, on certain angles, you will be able to see it better. So it'll kind of glisten a little bit like the mother of pearl would, you know, where you've got that kind of, it almost goes into nothing at the top, but it'll be quite kind of subtle and floaty and ethereal looking and feeling. And maybe when on your kind of angle, you'll be able to, like, of the pattern and the texture will shine through. And because you'll have like a nice kind of sheen from the grad, and then you'll have a really matte weft. You shouldn't have a problem with pattern definition. And that one's the even star. And then we've got Marina in the white thick linen. So this little sample here is actually thin linen, but you have to imagine it'll be thicker. So yeah, so you'll have the thicker linen there, and again you'll have a lovely textural quality with that, where when it gets up to the top or the lighter shade, you'll be able to see it kind of glistening through. And then we've got so that's the Marina pattern, and then we've got Selkies, which is in the 2-colour grad at the bottom here, which is, oh, have I got these round the wrong way? I might have these round the wrong way actually. The admins will be able to tell you. I think it might be this way round. And then you've got the weft grad in the blue, so that's the strong blue and the blue atoll, so that'll be like a weft grad across. So definitely have a look at the mock-ups, join the group if you're interested, and these will be going live next week. Let's see. I'm just going to check for questions. As I do that, I guess the world was Fair Endurance Day. Let's see. Okay, let's see now questions. Madeline is loving that warp, and Kimberly, our admin, one of our admins, is saying we are so excited for this. This is beautiful. Claudine, perfectly pastel. Noah said, I love the way the dark colours with pop on this one. And Kimberly, you have a Niger collection, perfect. Kate says, is this from pre-order with Briarwood? I'm not sure what you mean by that one. It doesn't have any Briarwood in it. Yes, the Briarwood is from the Denali, not the National Parks one. And the Denali, which is just closed, is more pinks and purples. Mother of Pearl is more blues and greens. Yeah, they look quite different when you have them next to each other. Should maybe have brought that through to show you. And they will look so pretty, yes. And Jessica has such a pretty grid. There's no names yet, so if you want to name them, then please do join the group and pop in your suggestions. So I think we just have time for one little sneak peek of what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. Just going to hold this little sneak peek up here so that you can have a little look at this and have some thoughts for what might be coming in a couple of weeks' time. So I think I have covered all of my jam-packed schedule for this Secret Stash Happy Hour. Thank you all so much for joining us today. And I will look forward to chatting with you in a couple of weeks' time. So yes, we do still have our free scrap pack promotion running, so check that out if you're going to buy a scrap pack. Look out for the map of Middle-earth scraps, so that's a wee bit of map there. So we've got some scraps going up, Middle-earth themed scrap packs going up soon. And yeah, we will see you in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you all so much for such a fun Secret Stash Happy Hour. It's been great to show you all of these exciting things. Okie doke, we will see you soon. Thanks everyone. Chat to you in Oscha. Cheerio, bye.